Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. It's really nice to be here. And it's nice to see all of you here again and actually be on a physical meeting. I have really longed for having that chance. I will, over the coming 15 minutes, give you a glimpse of a fantastic Swedish green tech company, fast growing with a great opportunity. But I will start in the end to ask you all in this room if you have figured or if you have thought about getting an electric vehicle. Has anybody in here thought of getting an electric vehicle or already bought an electric vehicle? Good to see, good to see. You're not alone, I could tell you. There is a lot of electric vehicles out there now, bought and on our road. What's the most common question among people buying an electric vehicle? Reach, where do I charge? Do I have enough capacity to do that? Will I do it at home, or could I go to my parents-in-law and charge at their place? Because the prices for electricity now is going sky high, extremely expensive. I would say that among my friends and where I'm talking, everybody is more or less talking about an electric vehicle. And they're also talking about how and where do I charge this electric vehicle. It means that you need to take control over your electrification. Everything we are doing now at the moment is about getting more electrified. And I would say over the last terrible weeks in the world, I would say that this will even maybe put higher demands and requirements on the electrification going forward. If you look into the statistics on Bil Sweden in Sweden, I would say that I just read it the other day that 52% approximately of all cars sold in January, February this year was electric in some way. More than 25% was pure electric. This is only talking about the personal vehicle, but if you also add on all the other vehicles around us in the society, the last mile transportation, as well as the public transportation in front, buses, etc. It's a huge challenge for our society going forward to handle the electrification. This means that a lot of us is thinking about taking control over our electricity, our renewable energy. We are adding on solar energy on our buildings. We are adding on wind, other renewable energy sources into our system. This puts also a lot of requirements on the system. A facility owner today are facing a lot of challenges that they didn't do just a few years back in time. They need to take control over their electricity. They need to handle the cost for the renewable energy into their facilities. They need to handle the fact that it will be even more crucial for the tenant and for the customers to the facility to have access to electricity and electric power when they need it. They need to make sure that the facility is future-proofed so that they could add on and build out when they need or if the need will expand over time. They need to be able to make sure that we could continue investing in our facilities so that we could go forward and expanding and also giving our customers the opportunity. To do this and to take control of the electrification, you need to get data. You need to get knowledge about your facility's consumption and production of electric power and electric energy. You need to be a prosumer. You need to both produce as well as consume. And one good thing which many European countries is talking about now is to make sure that we could handle sharing of energy and energy power out in the nodes on the grid. Because the grid itself would take too long time to build out, so that we need to make sure the facility owners, facilities out on the nodes could share electricity. Therefore, there are new rules that has been introduced in Sweden and Netherlands and other European countries also to make sure that it's possible to share energy out in the nodes. And this is where Ferroamp comes into play, this fantastic Swedish company. We are a fast-growing clean tech company offering a possibility for facility owner to take control over their electrification. The facilities, different facilities like homes, real estates, and industries. And the core of our system solution is the Energy Hub. It's a patent solution. You can see a picture of a small version going into a villa, a small villa. It's a patent technology, but it also offers a possibility to connect the grid in the facility with all the production and the consumption of electric energy in the facility. It also is a connected device, so it gives you the opportunity to have high resolution, real-time data to control and monitor your need. We have a scalable product offering for different type of buildings. As I said, this is a small version for a villa. It could be scaled up to a much larger facility. It could be built out over time, so you could start your investment in your facility in a certain amount, and then you could scale over time. I said we are a fast-growing company. Our first invoice to customer was sent approximately 2016-17. We have, over the last years, grown. Last year, we ended up in 110 million SEK in turnover. We left 2021 with a record big order book, and the order intake for 2021 growth with more than 120%. And the good thing here is that we have now proven our technology by having 3,400 installations of systems out in customer premises and facilities in Sweden. Most of these are in Sweden, some are in Norway, a few in Netherlands, and some other places just for testing. But it's proven, it's up and running, it's supporting and giving 3,400 facilities electricity control. As I said, the company is more than 10 years old. We started 2010. The first patent was granted 2013. And the first customer invoice was sent 2017. We are moving from a pure hardware company into a solution customer offering customers a service solution, including both a hardware portfolio, making ability to control, but also a software portfolio. We have over last years outsourced our production, meaning that we now are scaling up our ability to serve the market in much higher volume than we had before. Up to last year, we produced everything ourselves in Spånga, just outside Stockholm. Now we have 3 large partners that will also support us in industrialization, cost reduction program, and handling the really challenging component situation on the world market. I said 3,400 system. We are now increasing our market presence rapidly, and we have a scalable solution and a stable solution that is now certified for future or further expansion. So as I said, it starts with the Energy Hub, connected the facility to the net, also giving the opportunity to connect all the production and consumption in the facility, the energy storage, the EV charger, and other loads and producers in the facility. But it also gives the opportunity for different facilities to connect with each other and share, for example, an investment in energy storage or PV power. And on top of this, we have the energy management system, the high-resolution data generated regarding both production and consumption. So this is a glimpse of our product portfolio. The Energy Hub, we have a range of different type of energy storage, different sizes. We have the solar string optimizer, connecting solar power to the Energy Hub and to the house. And at the top, we have a cloud-based energy management system. And it's where actually here the magic happens. This system gives the opportunity for the facility owner to sort of move electric energy both in time and space. And what do I mean by that? It means that you could take charge over when and how you are using your electric capacity. You could choose to charge your electric vehicle, coming back to the first question, very fast if you want to, but also you could choose to charge it when it's as cheap as possible, Or you could, using PowerShare, connect with a neighbor and share your PV production to your neighbor's need, if so. And this is a really, I would say, important thing going forward in the electrification, to be able to handle the peaks in power in the facilities. This is the really bottlenecks going forward, to be able to control the peaks that you have in your capacity need. This is just a glimpse of the PowerShare. For example, there could be a local area with different houses that has different patterns in usage, different needs over time, and that are placed in better, or during time, better position when it comes to PV production. We have a couple of installations where we, for example, have some houses are better production on PV power when the usage is in other buildings, so they could share between each other. We have in this picture small villas, larger real estates, and an industry that has different patterns over the day and could share this energy between each other. This is also actually a patent solution that Ferroamp has. We have, Tesla has the patent for this in Northern America, and we have the remaining world. So we think this is a very crucial thing for us going forward, to be ability to make sure that not only controlling within the facility, but also between facilities. So all in all, we are facing a market with some really strong market drivers. There we are changing from facilities being pure dumb consumers of electric energy into giving the real estate and facilities the opportunity to take control over their electrification. Meanwhile, we are expanding the use of electric energy. We also give a possibility to explore new business models for a facility owner, to make sure that we could meet the different needs of the different consumers in the building, as well as connecting different type of renewable energy sources. So the nodes goes from being dumb consumers into smart prosumers in the new electric system. We give the customer groups both business to business as well as business to consumer and EV charging owners the ability to take control, to monitor, and to handle their electrification. We give them high resolution data that they could integrate with other type of systems, giving a possibility to handle their way forward. We're also giving them the possibility to be future-proofed in that matter, that they could scale their system over time, as well as having the opportunity to add on new producers and consumers over time. Coming back to our system, it's future-proofed. It's gradually possible to build out. It minimizes the investment cost, and by that I mean that the investment cost in different type of hardware solutions is minimized. You could start up with one system and then you could gradually build out. If you have started up with an energy hub system in your house, you could always add on both PV power, scale up the PV power, energy storage, EV charging, and get access to that. And you get help in the measurement of the data, in how to do this in a cost-effective way. We are using the direct current technology, DC technology, that is giving the opportunity to control the electricity much better, but it also gives less conversion losses. All of this creature that is in the system now, like PV power, wind, energy storage, as well as electric vehicles, are DC animals, as we say. They are run with DC. So if we could handle everything on the DC side, we don't need to convert between AC and DC. We just do it once when we do this. We have a couple of patents. One is the most important patent is the phase balancing patent. So, Ferroamp as a company, we have grown rapidly. We are now well positioned. with a scalable product offering. We are moving from being a hardware-only selling company into system solutions company. We are selling the opportunity and the possibility for a facility owner to take control over the electrification in a world that is rapidly changing into a new, different way of handling with a large different way of customer needs. It's a modular, scalable platform. You could, as a facility owner, scale over time your platform and invest over time. On top of that, we have an cloud-based energy as a service platform with high-resolution data in real time. We have a proven technology on a proven business model. It's a scalable business model that we could expand going forward. We have future-proof installations. We have more than 3,400 installations, and we have a rapid growth. We are now ready to take the company to the next level and scale this business going forward. That was all I had today. So thank you very much for listening, and I guess there are some questions.
Yes, there is, Krister. My first question is in terms of circularity and end of life, yes, and replacing. What can you tell us about your take in terms of circularity? There is, of course, always this topic that needs to be addressed.
Absolutely. You mean in circularity in form of our taking care of?
Exactly, as in your products when they need to be repaired, replaced, in terms of battery replacement, etc.
We have, as it is today, building out a circular model of taking care of the full life cycle of our products. We are focusing on a sustainable chain of activities over that period. So that will be handled over time. That is one part that we have been building out of this. Yep.
Excellent.
And we are working going forward with partners taking care of a lot of this. So the different type of modules we have will also be in focus for.
You mentioned Spånga and that you have moved into other ways of manufacturing. Where do you manufacture now?
We manufacture on 3 different locations, mainly in the world. 2 of those are in Sweden. The 3rd is in China. We are, of course, continuously evaluating that the Chinese location was chosen before. I could say the world changes a little bit, but we have that on our radar in continuously evaluating that. 2 locations in Sweden. I say that we are going for a supply chain that will be close to where we are operating for the moment.
So a final question: if you were an average homeowner, the cost, just an estimate, and return on investment, if you want to purchase an entire system like you presented here, roughly in return of investment for a family?
Yeah, it differs a lot, of course, but it depends on your need and what you add on. But the return on investment for example, on the pure Ferroamp products is quite rapidly. It's going from a little bit of a larger facility within less than a year, if you're a villa, that you will have a return on investment on a couple of years' time on that.
That's quick.
Yeah, that's quick.
Well, excellent. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.